John Oaks here with HANKSTERS Hot Rods here at our Homer City, Pennsylvania location. Today we're bringing to you our newest addition to our inventory, this being a 1970 Plymouth Cuda. Hardtop coupe, not convertible, but again you can see here, real nice car, all red exterior, all metal too. I mean, there's no fiberglass hood on this car, it's all steel. It's a real nice vehicle here. So let's go ahead and go through it like we do all of our other vehicles. We're going to check our panel fitment and alignment on the car, all the finish work on it, all that stuff there. So standing at the front, looking all the way back, clear to the tail of the car here, I want to see that and check to make sure everything's good and straight on the car here and everything lines up, and that it does very well on this particular car. So our fender to door alignment and elevations there, they're dead on. Perfect transition all the way back. Door to quarter panel, same thing with those. As I walk back, I'll point out a few things. Obviously, we've got the chrome front and rear bumpers on this car. We also have the bright wheel lip moldings on it. The 15-inch rally wheels here with the BF Goodrich radial TA tires. We've also got this lower body molding here, a rocker molding that comes standard on that car for an option here. Now as far as our door gaps, we can check out the gaps here on the front side of the door as well as the gaps back here on the rear of the door. And you can see those gaps are pretty tight and pretty uniform there. So the door's been adjusted very nicely front to back and in and out because our elevations are dead on here with our fenders and our quarters. Now this particular car has the dual mirrors on it. I guess they would consider these like the dual racing mirrors. They're not the chrome ones, but they're real nice painted mirror here for this car. We've also got the bright drip rail moldings here too up around the rain gutters on the car, and these things are in real good shape. They're polished up very nice. They're very straight too. You don't see any dents or dings in any of those. And then also, now on these Mopar cars, they actually fit pretty tight here to the body. But as I look up here, what I can see of the rain gutters here look very, very nice. There's no cracks or chips or anything in there. They look to be laid out really nice on this car. You even have the bright work here right along the top edge of the door and back at the quarter window there. Those are in real good shape too, nice and straight, no dings in any of that. We'll come back here, open our door up, and just take a quick peek on the inside. Obviously our red exterior, it follows its way through over to the interior of our car. We've got the rubber bump stops, top and bottom. The door seals and weather stripping, even up around the top side here, all in excellent shape. This car has been taken care of very, very well. Door panels, it's got the full length door panels. No marks on any of those. Interior looks great. So again, we'll check that out a little later, but it's in real nice shape here. We're going to close our door and see it doesn't take much effort at all to close that. It shuts nice and tight, good solid thud there. Again, nice testament to how well the doors have been fitted up on this car. As we work our way towards the back here, we're going to see that our vehicle here, it's got that black 340 or decal here, I should say, on the side. Again, it is a decal. It's not painted on. It's done in vinyl, but it's in real great shape there. Our side, these would be reflector or marker lights back here. For the most part, this is a marker, but you do have your marker light back here as well. So all of that is in nice shape. There's no cracks in any of the lenses here. Real nice shape as far as the bezels go too. And again, same thing for our wheels and tires, 15-inch wheels, BF Goodrich tires the whole way around on this car. And then you notice we've got the black trunk spoiler here on this car here. Again, that's in nice shape, mounted down good and solid here too. So, all right, here we are now around the back side of our Cuda here. So first thing we'll take a look at is the rear glass and the trim work around that. The glass itself is slightly tinted, looks to be in really good shape. There's no cracks, there's no chips, no scratches either in this rear window. Looks real nice. The trim work around here, the bright moldings, those are in excellent shape too. You can see there's no dents or dings, and those have been polished up real well also. As far as the panels go here, as they come together here, you usually have this little channel here. Sometimes you'll see some cracking there. On this particular car, you're not going to see that though. Nicely done here. Clear is in excellent shape, paint's in excellent shape, and both of those little channels where those panels come together. The trunk lid itself, we can check our gaps the whole way around the trunk, and we can see that those are uniform the whole way around. And as far as the elevations go compared to the quarter panels on the car here, you can see that those elevations are dead on this car too. Again, I've already mentioned the black trunk spoiler here, bolted on nice and snug, so it's not going anywhere and it looks good on this car. You've got the blacked out tail panel back here with the Cuda emblem as well. Now as far as our taillights go, the lenses in all of these are in excellent shape. There's no cracks or chips in any of those. They look real good. Chrome bumper, the finish on that is real nice too. Got the little extensions down here, or bumperettes down here also, and those are in excellent shape. If you look just below that in the rear lower valance there, they do have the correct chrome box tips here for the exhaust, and those are in excellent shape there too. Now we'll go ahead and open our trunk. We're going to take a look inside. So as we lift up, again, first and foremost, we see that the underside of the trunk is painted that same red that we see on the exterior of the car. Our weather stripping here is laid down real nice, meets right together here in the center. No cracks or chips or tears out of that. So again, this is going to seal up really nice for you. Our trunk lid itself has the little rubber bump stops so that when you close the trunk, it's going to sit on those and help keep that trunk nice and tight. Now inside of our trunk, we have a full-size spare here. We've got the rally wheel also in here to match everything else. We've got a nice trunk mat in here as well. Trunk's all painted same color as the car, red. Good solid floor in this trunk also. There's no patching or anything. And it also retains the original bumper jack in here too. So you got all the goodies inside here, even the original decal here for the car for those jack instructions. So that's really it for inside the trunk. All right, now here we are on the passenger side. So again, we'll just take a look right up along the side of the car, all the way up to the front of the front fender there, and I can tell you that this car is straight on both sides. Again, elevations from the quarter panel to the door, from the door to the front fender, all fall right in line with one another, so everything looks good as far as the fitment goes there. Again, we've got those black vinyl 340 decals here on the rear quarter panels, the bright wheel lip moldings, our side marker lights and reflectors here in excellent shape. And as far as our door gaps, again, also you can check those out. Front and back, very uniform, so again, the door's been adjusted very nice in its housing right there. Now as far as our drip rail moldings, again, this side's nice, just as nice as the other side. And the rain gutter, as I look through there, very nice too. Again, no cracks or anything in any of the finish up through that whole entire channel. Again, the bright work along the top edge of the door here and the quarter window area, that's in excellent shape too. Again, the mirrors, both sides, are matching on this car. Let's go ahead and open up here. And again, same thing as the other side. Red follows its way into the interior of our car. Rubber bump stops top and bottom. Weather stripping and seals the whole way around. Our door opening here are in excellent shape on this car. Full door panels, all black vinyl interior in this car. Looks great, but we're going to take a look at that here in just a little bit. We'll close this side, and you can see it closes nice and easy too. Good and flush. No deviations as far as the elevation goes, either the back side of the door or the front side. As we follow our way up to the front end here now, we can see bright wheel lip moldings here. The rings and centers on all of our wheels here, everything is all complete. All right, and finally now we made it to the front of our 1970 Plymouth Cuda here. So again, we just have your standard front end here that you would see on any 70 Cuda here. We've got the grille work here that's painted up all in the gray along with the headlight bezels. Those are all in excellent shape. The grille work itself, that is all in really good condition too. There's nothing broke out of it. I know it's the original plastic grille, but again, it's in really nice shape, all intact. Again, the chrome front bumper here, the finish on that is also excellent too. Nice and shiny, polished up real nice. Down below that, in our lower valance here, you can see our Cuda is equipped with these they're driving or fog lights down here. There is a separate switch on the interior for them. It's just your factory switch for them, so you'll see that right in the location where it should be. Now, as I said before, this is all steel, so we got the steel hood here, got these black scoops in here to help set it off a little bit. Now, on the side of our scoops, we see the Cuda 340 emblems on the car. So again, that does signify what we have inside this for a motor. And you can see we also have the hood pins up front. Now the car, it is a latched hood. They have these in here just to give it that look. But they are functional. They do help hold it down somewhat. But we're going to go ahead and pull these pins out real quick. And we're going to go ahead and open our hood up now too. And show you what we have in here for a motor. So as we pop our hood, we're going to see first red underneath the hood. So again, painted up the same as the exterior of the car. As a matter of fact, the whole entire engine compartment here is all painted red, as well as when we get this car on the lift, you're going to see that the floors have all been painted on this car too. So all around, this car looks great. So inside here for a motor, we have found out this is the original numbers matching 340 single 4-barrel motor that this car would have come with. Now on top we can see we've got a chrome air cleaner. We've got finned valve covers here. They are Mopar performance valve covers. We also have the Mopar aluminum intake on here as well. Underneath that air cleaner we've got the Carter AFB carburetor on there, single 4-barrel like I said. And I believe, if I remember correctly from my numbers, I think it's a 600 CFM carb, but I do have that in the options list there. I've got exactly what it is. I'm just trying to go off of memory here. Now this car is a power steering car, manual brakes though. It's 4-wheel drum brakes. It looks like we have a fairly new battery in here with a battery disconnect, stock style radiator in here with a fan shroud. It's got long tube ceramic coated headers on it with dual exhaust all the way through to the dual mufflers and out the tailpipes through those box exhaust tips on the back. Heater lines are all hooked up on this particular car. Stock style ignition and coil on it though. They did not upgrade that, but it looks like they put a set of probably Excel wires, maybe an 8mm wire on there, so that helps deliver the spark a little better. But the car runs great. We've had it running, runs great. Everything looks great on this car, as you can see, and you're going to see even more of that when we put it on the lift. So with the addition of this, additional to this motor, we've got a aftermarket Tremec 5-speed transmission in this car. So it's doesn't retain the whole entire original driveline, but that Tremec transmission 5-speed, real nice addition to this car. Shifts real crisp, real short throw shifts on it. So again, that works good. And then of course we've got the Mopar 8 3/4 rear end underneath there to finish out the driveline. So we're going to go ahead and close the hood up now. Alright, now that we're inside of our 70 Cuda here, we can take a look again at how nice the interior is. Starting out at the door panels, we can see we've got full length black door panels in here to match everything else. Even the armrests, you can see those. I mean, you see some normal wear and tear on those, but again, there's no rips or cracks in any of the interior on this car whatsoever. It's got a remote driver's side mirror there you can adjust from the inside. As far as our dash, this is factory dash. The pad up here is in excellent shape. There's no cracks in it, so again, all intact. As far as the gauge panel or gauge cluster here, it's a wood grain trim. You can see that, and it retains all the factory gauges. So we've got the 150 mile-an-hour speedometer, we've got an in-dash tach, we've got the fuel, oil, water, and alternator gauge all in one gauge cluster there. And then we also have the factory clock that's mounted inside the dash as well. Now unfortunately the clock does not work, very seldom that they ever do, but it is the original one in here, so they've elected just to leave it in. Factory AM/FM radio in this particular car, along with factory heater controls, steering column, and factory steering wheel. Now as far as the interior goes, our seats, the upholstery on those are all in really good shape. Might see just a little tiny bit of, you know, normal wear and tear, but again, no cracks or tears in any of it. Again, matching seat covers front and back. This is the high back bucket seats in the front of the car. All the seat belts are present, front and back. We even have the shoulder harness belts that are tied up along the side of the top of the headliner there. The headliner itself, it's in great shape. It's tied up nice and tight here, all the proper bows. There's no rips or tears in it. Sail panels, the interior sail panels are nice and tight and installed very nicely back there. The rear package tray is in excellent condition too. Carpeting, nice and black carpet. No tears, no fading that I can see of in here. So all that looks good. Now again, this car has a Tremec 5-speed transmission. So we've got the stick right here on the floor. Now they went with the pistol grip shifter, but it does have the correct shift pattern on top for the 5-speed. So again, nice little touch there so that they've finished that off as it should be. So other than that, that's pretty much it for the interior on this car. Alright, we've got our 70 Cuda here up on the lift now, so we can take a look at the underside, and on first glance you can tell this thing is in real nice condition here. It's been taken care of real well. So let's head up to the front here. We'll start up here kind of explaining what all we see here. So as far as the front suspension, all stock components up here. Nothing's really been changed. We do have a sway bar up here to help tie the sides together to help it corner a lot better. But all of your control arms, your lower control arms, upper control arms, those are all in excellent shape, and they are the factory components. It looks to have had new shocks up front here too fairly recently, so that's going to help it handle too and hug the road even better. All of our steering components are all stock components as well. All of our, our drag length, our tie rods, the ends on those, the ball joints as far as the control arms go, all of that stuff in great condition. You can tell it's been maintained very well and greased throughout the years. It just looks great underneath here, and also everything's all painted up underneath here, so you could tell this car has not been abused at all. Now directly above me, we've got that numbers matching motor. That's the 340 cubic inch Mopar engine. Date code on that is January 8th, 1970. VIN number is stamped on the side of the block. So there you have it for your engine. Now as far as the rest of the driveline goes, transmission, we have this nice Tremec 5-speed transmission in here. Again, that is aftermarket, but a real nice unit there. Nice, firm, crisp shifts. You're not going to be disappointed with that transmission at all. Bell housing, it's got the flywheel cover on it. Everything's all intact. New transmission tail mount here. That's in great shape. And then you can see even our floors, the frame sections up front here. You can see how nice and straight and square those are. The K-member up front all painted up nicely there. All of your connections, all excellent condition there. You can even see, the front strut rod suspension, the strut rods themselves. Those look brand new on this car. So again, everything is in excellent condition. All of our brake lines, those are run real nice and neat underneath the floor here, right along the rocker. It's got the spiral wound wrapping around it, and that helps whenever you have a bend, so that you don't kink that or cause any hard bends like that. That's what that's used for. You can see the fuel line run up this side here. Looks to be fairly new fuel line run up the other side rocker here all the way back to the fuel tank. Just again, real nice stuff here underneath. It even has the emergency brakes all hooked up, so the cables are all run right underneath the floor, nice and tight. Back to the rear drum brake cables here also. So again, everything's hooked up, functioning, and it looks great underneath here. Floor's all painted, nice solid floors, no patches whatsoever. You can tell these floors are in nice shape with the paint that's been done underneath this car, all the same color red as what the top side of the car is. They've got drive shaft painted up black. They got the rear end painted up black. All the suspension, again, all kind of color matched up there. Now the rear end on this car, this is a Mopar 8 3/4 inch rear with the 1 7/8 tapered pinion in it here. And this is a posi unit on here as well. Multi-leaf rear suspension, rear air shocks on this car, so you can adjust those very easily by just putting an air hose to them. And we have the rear sway bar to go along with the front one as well. And again, all those sway bar end links, the bushings, the frame mounts, everything for them, those are all in excellent shape on this car. Now braking, we've got 4-wheel drum brakes. We've got power steering on this car too. We've got just the stock fuel tank back here, not too bad a shape. All of your mounting hardware, the straps are in great shape. Dual exhaust, dual mufflers with the boxed tips that go out through the rear lower valance, and you can see how nice the rest of the exhaust work is on this car, all the way from those ceramic coated long tube headers all the way back to the tailpipes. It's just as nice as can be. And the only other thing would be the running gear as far as wheels and tires. Wheels, we've got the factory steel rally wheels with the beauty rings and the center caps. Those are 15-inch wheels. And then as far as tires go, all BF Goodrich radial TA rubber on this car. And as far as the sizes go, they do differ front to back. The fronts are 225/70 R15s. The backs are 275/60 SR15. So just a little bit of difference there. Give it just a little bit of rake in the body there whenever it's sitting on the ground. But other than that, like I said, you've got the air shocks on the back that would help with that too. So with that said, that's everything underneath this car. I mean, let the images that you're seeing there kind of speak for themselves as to how nice this car is.